Get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
These two, it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Love's throw complete there to St. Brown. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7.
First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On 2nd and 9, Carr hauled in over the middle by Rager. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch.
This defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do with your quarterback upright?
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
93.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, here's the run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Carr. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Carr. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And they'll try a jet sweep. It's Rager.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Cook. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. And the ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, Vikings! Jalen Rager, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Throwing on 2nd and long. Love. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
First down, Love to pass. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The Packers come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the 1 tie. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing, Love.
He just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
They just do get the playoff. Love going to throw it. Touchdown, Packers! A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
Fighting through it, he's got space. He's at the 40. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play there for Minnesota. 55 yards.
So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
And they'll try a jet sweep. It's Rager.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Packers' 11-yard line.
Now Cook running right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now Love now. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Love. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
This is taken at the 23.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now to throw.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jet sweep. Carr backs it forward. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr.
Got an open man, finding Jefferson.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
And they'll try a jet sweep. It's Rager.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Check it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Here's Cook again.
And some room to maneuver. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 34. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Cook up the gut, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Behind the chain, second and 13.
Now they'll throw with Carr. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. Down inside the 10. Touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, 37 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Joseph now to have the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Score, Vikings 24, Packers 7. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. First down, going to the air with Love. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. Second and a yard.
Ready?
To throw now. Here's Love.
Right side to Watson.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He finds Watson complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Love looking to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Now, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And some room to roam now. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 8.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Ready, set.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He'll buy some time right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr.
Rager catches it left side.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Joseph's got it.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost it forever.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Yellow, line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Galloway, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
down.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he's got his man on the out route.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Ready, ready. Trail green.
On play action. Love to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
Ready up.
Another try after the first down sack. Love. Under pressure, they got him again. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Love. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
The point after is good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Jet sweep. Carr backs it forward. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Carr going to throw here. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark, that's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's taken to the 26.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Yeah, we'll see if they go back to base. From the 44,
Love. Oh, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down.
Daniil Hunter coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for the Vikings, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Green Bay.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style. On elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters. This ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight. I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move they gladly imitated. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the sci-fi my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the